Good morning, Marysville. We're here live from the IC. We're here live from the ISC. Boy, we got a special show for you guys. Here today, all the way from ACE, we have the head basketball coach, Coach Shue.
So, Coach, tell us, how was your summer?
Summer was great. In June, spent a lot of time coaching some basketball, obviously finishing up the school year. We played in some different tournaments throughout June. But then after that, in July, I got to spend a lot of time with the family. We went on some road trips. We went to Lake Osoyos together. We went to Chelan. We went to Crescent Bar, spent some time there. So got out and did some good road tripping with the family, so that was lots of fun.
So you said basketball tournaments. Like, what tournaments exactly was your team involved in?
We played in like a Stanwood tournament. Stanwood High School hosts a tournament on a weekend. Yeah. So we played there. We played at Lake Stevens. And then later in July, we went to Gonzaga team camp and played in a tournament there.
How exactly did team camp go? I mean, I know those are always fun to be a part of.
Yeah, it was good. It's just good to get away from home a little bit, hang out with the players, and get to know each other a little bit more and play some basketball and have some fun. So it went good. I mean, I think we learned a lot from the team camp in terms of how we want to play. In terms of we want to play hard every game and that type of thing. So we learned some things about us that hopefully will transfer over to this winter.
So is that something the team does regularly, like every
year?
Yeah.
So I've been a head coach now for 3 years here at Marysville Getchell. And so we've gone to a team camp every summer leading into the school year. So we went to Eastern 1 year, and then the last 2 years we've been to Gonzaga team camp.
So how many teams do you take? You take 2 teams to camp.
This year we actually were in a position financially so we could take 2 teams. We took a varsity team and a JV team.
So taking all those kids all the way over to Gonzaga is a serious thing. Like, what are some of your expectations for your players, like on the court, off the court, while you're over there? I mean, there must be some things you expect from all the guys.
We have a great group of guys, and so we don't have to have all these 100 different rules on expectations and stuff like that. We know our guys are going to act appropriate. I mean, they know our expectations. It's obviously we're going to play with class, and we're going to play hard. But in terms of just outside of the basketball, just hanging out over there, I mean, they know that it's important to represent our school and themselves and our team with class. So they do that pretty well.
Has anything like serious ever happened at one of these camps?
Not since I've been a head coach. I mean, I've heard stories. Different high schools have had different issues, but nothing yet under my watch.
Never at Getchell.
And let's hope that it never happens.
So as a unit, how do you think the whole camp did at camp? Do you think they stepped forward and got better? Do you think they kind of realized that they need things to work on? Like, what did you as a group take away from camp?
I think it was probably the first time in the whole summer where we actually had, like varsity-wise, we had all the players there. And so it was a good opportunity to see, kind of get some rotations on playing time. And it kind of gave us an idea where we're at. I don't think we won as many games as we thought we were going to. Obviously in the summer, wins and losses doesn't really matter, but I think we kind of learned that we got to put in some time too. So once July ended to November, some guys realized that we got to put in some time in terms of working out. We didn't shoot free throws very well over there. We didn't score the ball very well. Defensively, this group definitely brings it defensively, and we have that. But I think some offensive-wise stuff, I think as a whole we learned we got to get some shots up and shoot free throws because that hurt us.
So something that we were wanting to ask you is like just how you really got involved in basketball. Like, what made you want to play the game as much as you did, and like what set you on the path that you are today?
Oh, that's a deep question. I mean, I guess I started playing hoops at 3rd grade, just YMCA basketball, and then got into select basketball 5th grade and played through 8th grade. Made the junior varsity in high school as a sophomore, made varsity my junior and senior year, and then went on to play college basketball. And I think just the relations I developed with teammates, with coaches, I think basketball just helped me get through school, get my college degree. And so I think that was a huge part of just wanting to give back in terms of knowing that, being a part of a team helped me, get through college. I know it can definitely help other players do that too. So.
What went into you going into college, like picking and all that whole process?
Like where I went to college?
Yeah.
Well, out of high school, I got recruited by a couple different schools. Like, I'm from Spokane, so Whitworth was recruiting me. Just some smaller schools like that, and I just decided to go to a 2-year because I wanted to. So I went to Everett Community College. So I actually moved from Spokane over to Everett Community College, played 2 years there, and then transferred to Central Washington University, and played 2 years there. Just loved basketball. I mean, that was definitely a highlight through school, and that kept me motivated to get my degree.
Yeah.
How would you explain like the jump from high school basketball all the way into like a college basketball set, even from your high school to EVCC? Like how does the game change? Like what about the game gets harder or better or what?
Yeah, definitely harder. It's you get bigger, faster, stronger athletes from high school up to community college, and then it was a huge jump from community college to Division II basketball at Central Washington University. Yeah, I mean everybody's just taller, bigger, stronger, faster. I mean all of the above, and it's just. And the speed of the game. I mean, it increases. I mean, you could talk to high school players, and they'd say the same thing from JV to varsity. The speed and the size of the athletes is definitely a huge change.
So as a coach, like what kind of like got you like involved in coaching? Like, how do you, after playing the game for as long as you did, so you started from 3rd grade all the way up until college, and so like obviously you have a love for the game, but what made you want to become a coach, and how did that process work out?
Well, once you're done playing, so when college was over, I couldn't see myself not being a part of a team or being a part of basketball. So when you're done playing, what are your options?
Yeah.
Coaching. And so love coaching. I mean, obviously I became a teacher and a coach. Just love the game of basketball and what it can do for high school students. But yeah, I mean, I think that's just love the game of basketball, and I know how it can impact people's lives. So, I mean, I think that's the main thing.
Does you being a teacher like help you at all when it comes to coaching?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are some head coaches out there that aren't teachers, and it's they have jobs outside of school, and it makes it difficult. And a lot of people have to work 8 to 5, 8 to 4, and so it makes it tough with the high school schedule. Like we get out at 1:50 to be able to be a head coach or be a coach. So yeah, and the benefit is being a teacher and a coach at the high school that you coach at is huge. Being able to see the players on a daily basis is really important.
You can like check in on them too, make sure they
For sure, yeah, check in on them, make sure they're doing their schoolwork, and making sure they're being good to their teachers and all that good stuff, for sure.
So where did you start coaching? Where was your first coaching job? And how did you get involved with that?
Yeah, after I got done playing at Central Washington University, I still had one more year of school to kind of finish up my degree, and a job opened up at Ellensburg High School, C team. So took that on, was a C team coach for a year, and that's where I started. So now I've been coaching for 14 years. Wow. Was there for a year, and then I taught 3 years at Elmira Cooley Heartline High School. It's a small B school in Eastern Washington, kind of like Darrington. Was a JV coach and then a head coach for 2 years.
So out of all your 14 seasons, what do you think as a coach was your most successful season? Not in terms of like winning, but like the most proud you've been of a team. Like.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Tyler may have stumped me. I mean, I think every year brings its pluses and minuses. I think we had a good run a couple years ago here with some seniors like Elijah Jordan and Xander Seamer. Yeah. We had a good group there, and that was a lot of fun. Kind of, our first year of Marysville Getchell basketball, in terms of wins and losses, we were 1-19, new program. It was tough. The next year, we won 7 games, and it was a good improvement. And those guys were a good group, and they were a lot of fun to coach. And we had some guys kind of move in and out. We lost a couple guys to move in. 2 guys moved in, and we just kind of developed some chemistry where we could, have some success on the court. That was a pretty fun year. So.
All right. Well, talking about basketball, now here's Charger Chat with a segment on basketball tryouts.
Hey.
Hey man, what's up?
What's up, dude?
What you doing?
Balling it up, dude. Ball is life. You know tryouts are in like less than a month, right?
Really?
Zach, dude, bro. Hey, go suit up. We'll practice right now, all right? All right, go suit up.
I got you.
Go when you're ready.
What's first?
The first part about getting ready for basketball season is having a cool pre-game handshake.
Go when you're ready.
Cool. What's next?
The second part about being ready for basketball tryouts is making sure you got a cool ending to your three-point shot, bro, like this.
Ready.
The second part, the last part about your game is having a good flop.
A flop?
Yeah, dude. All the greats do it.
Like who?
Like LeBron? He invented that. Dude, watch this.
What are you doing?
What the?
Go when you're ready.
So, those are the three most important steps. You think you're ready?
Man, that's cool and all, but bowling sounds really fun right now.
We have one of those? I'm so down.
All right, we're back here talking Coach Shue. Obviously, that was a funny little segment about getting ready for basketball season, tryouts and stuff. Coach, just for any players looking to play this year, when are tryouts?
Tryouts start November 17th, and they go for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 17th, 18th, 19th, and then the boys' tryouts will be from 2 to 5 p.m. every one of those days.
Do you have any like funny memories of a tryout? Like, what's your funniest memory about a tryout that you've ever had?
There's always, you try and condition the players, throughout tryouts, and I don't know if it's funny, but some players don't come in very good shape, and so they're over next to the garbage can, puking a little bit. That's not really funny, but you have some kids that come out that, probably should be thinking about playing a different sport.
Yeah.
And so they're out just causing havoc and running into the walls and dribbling the ball off their foot, just funny things like that.
Mhm.
But, one time I had a guy just on a fast break, one-on-one, he just tackled the guy and just threw him to the ground. And it's like, what sport are you here to try out for? So that was kind of funny. But
I mean, football just ended.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah,
Kinda-
got to get back into basketball.
That's right. That's right.
What kind of things do you look for in a potential Charger basketball player?
Oh, lots of things. Obviously you got to have some basketball skill, but then we just look for hard workers, good kids, good grades. But yeah, in terms of skills, you got to be able to shoot, you got to be able to pass, you got to be able to dribble, you got to be able to defend, and obviously we're looking for, basketball helps be
Yeah.
taller, so you look for some size and athleticism.
So you said 3 days of tryouts. Like, as a coach, like how do you go about just analyzing one player in only 3 days? Like, how does the process work?
Yeah, that's tough. You get 65 boys out there to try out, and I think we get to know most of the players, most of the guys that try out throughout the years.
Mhm.
That we have open gym once a week where a lot of guys come out and play, so we can start evaluating and analyzing their abilities at that point. But that's why we have a coaching staff, and we get to talk about different players. And I think most of it's just we know probably 80% of the players trying out,
Okay.
and so it's just really taking a quick look at them and seeing where they're at. But it's the other 20% where we kind of have to really analyze and figure out.
So just being involved in like some of the players' lives, like outside of the court, like just being involved with their schoolwork, making sure they're on top of it, just getting to know people. Kind of like, I think the tournaments in a way can help that a lot too.
Yeah, I mean we have summer basketball
Yeah.
where we take 36 players get to play during the summertime. So we're, just because they played in the summer doesn't mean that they'll make the team in the winter, because it's once tryouts happens, it's fair game, and anybody has a chance to make the team. But at least gives us an idea of what we're working with.
So like as your Getchell coach careers kind of started, like how would you summarize like how the last couple of years have been? Like where has the team moved from day one to now?
Yeah.
In a sense?
It's been a lot of fun. I tell you, starting a new program, 3 years ago was exciting. New school, new program. Sky's the limit. We kind of get to do what we want to do, kind of develop our own philosophy as a coaching staff. So it's been a lot of fun. I mean, there's obviously been some challenges the first season in terms of, let's be honest, everybody wants to win, and so when you go through a season where you're 1-19, it's tough. But I mean, we kind of put things in perspective and know we're just here. We just want to kind of establish who we are. We want to make sure we're playing hard, and all the little things like that. We then next year after that we made a good jump. We won 7 games. We had an opportunity to play in the playoffs, and that was cool. We had a little bit setback last year. There's a couple of reasons probably why we were set back, but it was still fun. I mean, I had the opportunity to coach, I think 3 of those guys I had the opportunity to coach for 4 years. So when they came in as freshmen, they played on the C team. And so it was Austin Miller, Nathan Grimm, and Caleb Seamer. Had the opportunity to coach those guys for 4 years since they were freshmen all the way through. And that was pretty sweet too. But looking forward to this year, I think in terms of Charger basketball, I think we have the most athletic team that we've ever had. We have the most size. We have guys that are over 6'2", 6'3". We've been pretty short in the past. So really good group of guys, really athletic, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try and get up and down, play hard, and see what we can do.
And obviously, team chemistry is really important. But what type of, say, a kid were to maybe like badmouth or really like not be listening and just really participating in practice, what type of things how would you take care of that?
There's many ways. It just depends on the relationship you have with the player. Sometimes it might be just go get on the line and run. That's always kind of my last resort. I'm not a big threaten to run you type of coach. I'd more just have a conversation with you and see what's going on. Let's get back going. Let's make sure it's important to practice hard. That type of thing. And other ways, you can talk to your captains and have your captains talk to the player and just see what's going on, if there's any issues that we need to talk through. But I mean, our expectation is when you step on the court, you're practicing playing hard. So if that's not happening, then we got to figure out ways to get you to do that.
So what are your realistic expectations for this season? What do you expect from every single player out on the court?
I think I've mentioned a lot. Just I think our number one goal is to get better every day. We have basically, in terms of the varsity team, we have 2 guys returning that have a lot of varsity experience. So we return 2 guys, so that means we're going to be young and inexperienced. So I want guys to show up and be willing to learn and willing to work hard and try and get better every day. And I think that's the main thing. Just being ready to be coachable, and just work to get better every day, so we can see what we can do.
Obviously, it's important to be coachable and able to work with others. And in spirit of the new year, we have a segment prepared on sort of bullying and just being a good person.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me, Laura? I didn't do anything to you.
Well, you were in my way.
No, I was not.
Yeah, you were.
okay? What's going on?
No, it's nothing. It's just Laura. She's being rude lately.
Sounds like a real problem. You look really upset.
No, I don't want to do anything about it. It's all good.
Well, no one should ever have to go through that. So if you need to go to a teacher, a counselor, or even a friend, it's better than being here all by yourself alone.
Okay.
Bullying and harassment at the IC is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. If you do have a problem, go talk to Mr. Edenholm or any friendly adult, and he will help straighten everything out. And we're back. Just kind of that segment. Obviously, be a good person, all that good jazz. Coach, talk to us. What type of things do you do besides teaching and coaching? You're a multi-talented guy. What do you do outside of those?
I'm a father. I have a wife and 2 girls. I have a girl that's going to be 2 years old and another daughter that's going to be 5. So
Wow.
get to be a dad. Yeah, spend lots of time with the girls.
So how's your life changed since becoming a father? Like what changes about your life on the day-to-day? Obviously, you can't just go out and hang out with all your friends all the time anymore.
Right. Yeah. Lots of responsibilities for sure. Yeah, it's good responsibilities. It's a lot of fun. My girls are awesome, love them to death. But yeah, I mean you're on.
Yeah.
You're in charge of once they're born. The person they're relying on is you. So you got to take care of them and everything from brushing their teeth to putting them to bed and feeding them food. And yeah, it's yeah.
How do you go about teaching, then varsity basketball, and then on top of that, having to be there for your family and all that? Like that just seems like so much. And like what do you do on a day-to-day to make sure that everything's taken care of?
I'm an organizer, planner. You know, so I schedule my time, and and I like to stay busy. I mean, sometimes in the summertime, you know, summertime's nice. As being a teacher, you get to spend time with the family and stuff. But sometimes in August, when I don't have anything going on, downtime is not always the greatest. You know, I like to stay busy and I like to be active. So, yeah. So like now, I'm teaching. Run open gym. I run the weight room 3 days a week. I'm coaching my 5-year-old daughter's little soccer team, 4 and 5-year-old soccer team, and I tell you that's a challenge. Going from coaching varsity basketball to coaching 4 and 5-year-old boys and girls soccer is interesting.
Did you play soccer?
I played select soccer, through 8th grade. Yeah, so I played soccer as a kid, kindergarten through 8th grade, and then kind of transitioned to basketball, football, and baseball.
Wow, you played a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Did you ever, besides soccer, did you coach any of those sports?
I coached a freshman football team just to help out for a couple years when I was teaching at MP. So did that for a couple years, but now basketball is the main one that I've coached for 14 years.
So outside of basketball and like teaching all that, like what are some of your hobbies outside of school? Like what do you do to keep yourself busy on those downtime days?
Yeah, golfing. Love to golf. Love to golf with my dad. Love to golf with friends. I would say that's a good one. With the family, we like to go hiking.
Yeah.
We get out and go hiking a lot. Kind of the hobbies kind of go out the window when you become a family man. But golfing and hiking, and going to the beach. Just taking a lounge chair out and go hang out on the beach.
I can imagine, because us teens kind of struggle with the concept of actually being a parent, and some kids really can't handle that. But was there a way for you to like prepare at all for parenting, or was it just kind of like going with the flow?
I don't think there's anything you can do to prepare. My wife has 2 sisters, and they both have 2 boys, and they're older now. They're in high school and middle school, but just being in my younger days, taking care of them, they'd come over for a night or whatever, and like babysitting or whatever. That absolutely does not prepare you for parenthood. Just watching kids for 2 or 3 hours upon, no, it doesn't prepare you. But I think one thing that I really thought was good was just waiting till I was a little bit older to have kids, and being a little more mature. Early 30s is when we had our first daughter, so I think that was important. A little more mature and kind of a little more settled down, and been working for 8 years or so.
So every year the Getchell basketball team hosts a kids camp. Can you tell our viewers like how that went this year, like what that's all about and why we do that as a program?
Oh yeah, so you're talking about the summer hoop
the-
camp. Yeah, so at the end of every school year, it's one of the weeks in June, we'll host a little hoop camp for younger kids. So kindergarten through third grade, we'll go for an hour and a half or so, and then we'll do fourth through eighth grade. So we do that every like the last week in June. Yeah, it goes great. We got probably 80 kids in our gym. We do it for multiple reasons. I mean, number one, we want to get the younger kids acclimated with Marysville Getchell, teach them some basketball skills. But then it's also good for our players too, for leadership stuff, leadership skills. You know, being able to, we have them out there coaching the younger kids, and it's good for them to kind of reverse the role and kind of be in that coaching spot and coaching younger kids on basketball. So it's good for them, and it's great to see.
Just a way to get back to the community, really.
For sure, yeah.
And like as a team, like what do you think your players accomplish most at that camp? Like obviously they're younger kids, and sometimes watching can be like frustrating, and you expect things then they don't do. But like, how do you think as a unit the team did with handling all that?
I thought they did a great job. Like I said, I think we have a great group of guys that have been playing, you know, on the varsity team this summer, and I thought they did an excellent job working with the younger kids. The best that I've seen since, you know, the 3 years that we've been running the camp. Yeah, did a great job, and then just building some relationships with the younger players was cool.
Do the players or yourself ever like notice maybe one of the little kids that have like a lot of skill, and you're like, wow, this kid could really go somewhere?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there are a good number of athletes that we saw through the hoop camp and through, you know, just my helping with the AAU select basketball program. We have some really good basketball talent in Marysville. Yeah, there's some 5th, 6th grade, 7th grade players that are really talented.
And just try to
that can play at a high level for sure.
And try to
have
like
a lot of potential.
get them maybe like here and there, like, hey, Getchell, look at this nice school, you should come here.
No, you got to be political about that. You know, just the situation that our school district is in.
Yeah.
I mean, you just coach them up and have fun and get to know them, and try not to get them talk about what school they want to go to and that type of thing. It kind of puts you and the kid in a bad position.
So in your opinion, what do you think is better in like your mind? Do you love being a player more, or do you love coaching the game?
Another deep philosophical question,
Yeah.
Tyler. That's good. I love playing, and I continue to play. You know, at my age, we play Tuesday, Thursday mornings before school.
Yeah.
Me and some other Marysville School District teachers love playing. I played semi-professional basketball for the Everett Explosion for a year in 2007. So yeah, if I could continue to play, I'd be playing in the NBA right now. You know, if I had that ability. But coaching also brings a lot of positive things too, and so I would have to say I love both. Just being a part of basketball is huge for me.
Well, thank you for being on our show today. It was a pleasure to
thanks,
have
Tyler.
you.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.